Before the mountains rose or the oceans churned, before the sun cast its first light or the moon cradled the stars, there was only the voice of God. And when he spoke, the universe unfolded like a great canvas, light splitting from darkness, land rising from water, life blooming from dust. In 6 days the Creator shaped a world teeming with wonder, crowned by a garden unlike any other, Eden. The garden pulsed with beauty. Trees heavy with fruit bowed over crystal streams. Flowers that had never known decay bloomed endlessly, untouched by time. Lions lay beside lambs. The wind carried not just the scent of flowers, but harmony. Everything was whole. And in this perfection, God reached down and formed a man. From the dust of the earth, he shaped Adam, not as an afterthought, but as a centerpiece. God breathed into him the breath of life, and Adam opened his eyes to the first sunrise the world had ever seen. He blinked into the light. He inhaled Eden's fragrance. He heard the songs of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the quiet echo of God's presence. He was alive, but not just alive, aware, thinking, feeling. Adam walked through Eden with wide-eyed wonder. Every leaf was a marvel, every creature a companion. God gave him purpose, to tend and keep the garden, to name every animal. And he did, watching as each creature came before him, some playful, others proud, all magnificent in their own way. Yet, as vibrant and perfect as Eden was, Adam began to feel something unfamiliar, a quiet ache. He could speak but not be understood. He could touch but not be touched as an equal. There was beauty everywhere, but no one to share it with. And God saw it. "It is not good for man to be alone," he said. So one day in the hush of Eden's twilight, God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And as he dreamed, God took from his side a rib and formed someone new. Not from dust this time, but from man's very essence. She opened her eyes beneath the canopy of trees. The wind danced through her hair. When Adam awoke and saw her, something inside him stirred. "Bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," he said. And for the first time he smiled with the joy of being known. The woman was called Eve. Together Adam and Eve lived in the garden, two souls in perfect rhythm with creation and each other. They walked with God in the cool of the day. They laughed, they learned, they loved. They explored Eden with childlike wonder, climbing rocks, tracing rivers, naming butterflies, marveling at stars. They would rest beneath the tree of life and ask questions, and they would laugh. Because everything was so new, so beautiful, and they had each other, there was only one boundary. In the center of the garden stood a tree unlike the others, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Its fruit gleamed with a beauty that was almost unnatural. God had said, "You may eat of any tree in the garden, but not this one, for if you do, you will surely die." And for a time they obeyed. But temptation is never loud at first. It slithers in quietly. One day, as Eve wandered near the tree, she heard a voice. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" It was the serpent, beautiful, cunning. Its words were honey, its tone persuasive. "We may eat from every tree," Eve replied, "except this one. God said we must not eat it, or even touch it, or we will die." The serpent laughed softly. "You will not surely die. God knows that if you eat it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was lovely, enticing. She felt the pull of desire, not just for the fruit, but for more. More knowledge, more power, more than what she had. Her thoughts turned inward. What if he's keeping something from us? What if this is the key to becoming more, to becoming like him? She reached out, took it, bit into it. Nothing happened. So she gave it to Adam, who had been silent, watching. And he ate. And in an instant, everything changed. They saw, truly saw, The innocence they once wore fell away. Shame clothed them like a storm. They scrambled to cover themselves with fig leaves, their hearts pounding. Then they heard him. God was walking through the garden. They hid. But the Creator called out, "Where are you?" Adam stepped forward, trembling. "I heard you and was afraid because I was naked." "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" The man replied, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit." And the woman said, "The serpent deceived me." God looked at them not with surprise, but sorrow. To the serpent he said, "Because you have done this, you are cursed. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life, and I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman I will multiply your pain in childbirth. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. To the man, because you listened and ate from the tree, the ground is cursed because of you. Through pain you will eat from it all your life. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground. For from it you were taken, and to it you will return. And then he made them garments from animal skin. It was the first sacrifice. Then with heavy hearts God drove them out of Eden. A flaming sword guarded the entrance to the garden. Paradise was behind them. But the story wasn't over. They walked through the thorns and wild grasses, no longer shielded by perfection. Yet even in exile they stayed together. Adam held Eve's hand. She looked back once, just once, then forward again. They had lost Eden, but not each other. They learned to build shelter. They tilled soil and planted seeds. They laughed again, though not as freely. They held their firstborn son, Cain, and later Abel. And even as guilt clung to them like shadows, so did the memory of walking with God. For even as they stepped into the wilderness, they carried with them something powerful, a promise. That one day from the seed of the woman would come a Redeemer, one who would crush the serpent, one who would restore what was lost. And so began humanity's journey, not in perfection, but in pursuit, not in Eden, but with hope. Thank you for joining us on this journey through God's timeless stories. Each story we share is a reminder that though the world may change, His word endures forever. If today's story spoke to you, leave a like, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful journeys through Scripture. New episodes release every Friday. Until next time, keep walking by faith. And remember, every story is part of a greater story, the story God is still writing in you.